Avoidant individuals are often guided by unconscious emotional patterns that even they don't fully understand. Their attraction is shaped by deep inner fantasies, not their words or surface-level preferences. While they may say they want independence and space, their hidden desires often tell a different story. If you can genuinely embody these deeper fantasies, you become someone who feels emotionally safe, inspiring, and irresistible to them, not through games, but through emotional maturity and authenticity.
What they secretly want. Avoidantly attached people dream of being with someone who is emotionally self-reliant, a partner who doesn't need them to feel whole, happy, or secure. They want someone who's already fulfilled on their own and doesn't seek constant emotional reassurance or caretaking. They aren't drawn to neediness. Instead, they're quietly longing for a connection that feels light, safe, and free, one that enhances life, not one that becomes a burden. Why this attracts them. At their core, avoidants fear being responsible for someone else's emotional well-being. They've likely been in situations, often since childhood, where love felt like pressure. As a result, they associate closeness with losing their sense of freedom. So when they meet someone who genuinely doesn't need them for happiness or security, it breaks through their defenses. It tells them, "You're free. You can connect without being trapped." That kind of connection feels rare and deeply attractive. How to embody it. This doesn't mean being cold, distant, or pretending not to care. It means developing true emotional stability and independence for yourself. Stay emotionally grounded, even when they pull away or become distant. Don't let their behavior decide your mood, energy, or sense of self-worth. Avoid the trap of chasing them or seeking validation when they withdraw. Keep living your life fully, socially, emotionally, and mentally, with or without them. The avoidant will notice this. They may not say anything, but your emotional steadiness will make you stand out. You become someone who's safe to get close to, because you won't demand too much from them emotionally. But this can't be an act. Avoidants are sharp when it comes to reading emotional motives. If your independence is performative, if it's a strategy to win them, they'll sense it and retreat. Only genuine self-sufficiency draws them in. Key insight. Avoidants don't want to be needed, they want to be chosen. When they see you're happy on your own, but still choose them, it creates a kind of connection that feels exciting, respectful, and safe all at once. What they secretly want. Avoidantly attached people are drawn to those who aren't immediately easy to understand. Partners with depth, complexity, and emotional richness that unfold slowly. They want someone who stays just slightly out of reach, not to frustrate them, but to intrigue and challenge them in subtle, thoughtful ways. They're not looking for games or deception. What they crave is someone who feels real, but who also keeps part of their inner world private, revealed only with time and trust. Why this attracts them. Avoidants can quickly feel smothered by partners who overshare or become emotionally available too quickly. When someone lays everything out at once, it removes the sense of emotional discovery that avoidants find captivating. Mystery gives them space. It slows things down and allows them to explore a connection at their own pace. The more layered and self-contained you are, the more their interest grows. You become something of a puzzle, one that keeps them mentally and emotionally engaged. It also speaks to their deeper need for respect. When you don't immediately hand over access to your full emotional world, it shows that you value yourself, and that they'll need to earn your trust, not just receive it by default. That feels emotionally safe and deeply compelling to them. How to embody it. Maintain your own routines, hobbies, and social circles outside the relationship. Don't feel the need to explain everything you're feeling right away. Share your personal world slowly, and only when it feels right. Have clear boundaries. Let your values and interests guide you. Express warmth and curiosity, but leave room for them to wonder. Let your life be full and interesting, with or without them. Let them see you have your own passions, your own thoughts, and your own inner life. They'll keep coming back, not because you're playing hard to get, but because you aren't rushing to give yourself away. Key insight. Avoidants are more attracted when they feel they have to earn your attention. You become unforgettable not by being unavailable, but by being selectively open, with depth they can't fully reach all at once. What they secretly want. Avoidants quietly long for someone who can see beyond their emotional defenses, someone who recognizes their guarded behavior not as coldness, but as a way of protecting themselves. They want to be seen and accepted, even in their most distant and withdrawn moments. They dream of a partner who doesn't push, criticize, or try to change them, but instead holds space with quiet, steady acceptance. Someone who sees the soft, tender parts hidden beneath the surface and doesn't run away. Why this attracts them. Avoidants often carry deep shame for the way they show up in relationships. They may feel guilty for not being more emotionally available or expressive, yet they don't know how to be different without feeling overwhelmed. Because of this, they are wary of partners who want to fix them or push them toward emotional openness before they're ready. Being judged or analyzed only reinforces their fear that vulnerability leads to rejection or control. But when someone shows them patient, non-judgmental understanding, it creates a rare kind of safety. It tells them, you don't have to be anything other than who you are. That feeling is both healing and magnetic. How to embody it. Don't take their need for space as a personal rejection. Stay calm and grounded when they pull away or go quiet. Notice and appreciate their subtle signs of care, a thoughtful gesture showing up, remembering small details. Don't demand emotional expression. Let it come in their own way and time. When they withdraw, respond with gentle reassurance like, I understand you need some space. I'm here whenever you're ready. Also, value their strengths, independence, competence, calm thinking, rather than focusing on what they lack emotionally. When they feel truly seen and appreciated, they're more likely to open up naturally. Key insight. Avoidants don't need to be analyzed or fixed. They need to be accepted. When you hold space for them without pressure, you create the rare emotional safety they've always craved. What they secretly want. Avoidants often fantasize about having a partner who is steady, emotionally grounded, and always there, someone they can count on, but who never pushes them for more than they're ready to give. They long for a safe emotional anchor, someone who offers support without pressure and connection without control. They don't want to be rushed into intimacy or pulled into emotional intensity. They want to feel like they can lean in slowly and step back when needed, without being punished or abandoned for it. Why this attracts them. Avoidants carry a deep fear that closeness will lead to overwhelm, loss of control, or eventual rejection. Many learned early in life that expressing needs or emotions led to disappointment or even shame. So when someone shows up as calm, consistent, and non-demanding, it gives them a kind of safety they rarely experience. Emotional stability, when real, is deeply soothing to their nervous system. It tells them, you don't have to perform or protect yourself here. You're safe. Over time, this kind of steady presence becomes incredibly attractive. The avoidant begins to associate connection with peace, not pressure. How to embody it. Be emotionally calm and predictable, even when they withdraw. Don't create drama or react with mood swings if they pull away. Let them take space without guilt-tripping, questioning, or chasing. When they return, welcome them without resentment. Be consistent, follow through on your word, show up when it matters, and stay emotionally regulated even in hard moments. Most importantly, Don't make your emotional availability conditional on how open they are. The more they see that you remain solid, whether they're close or distant, the more their fear starts to melt. This creates space for real connection, on their terms, at their pace. Key insight: avoidants build trust slowly, and only with people who stay steady over time. When you become their secure base, you give them the safety they never had but always wanted. What they secretly want. Avoidantly attached individuals are deeply attracted to partners who are strong, self-directed, and independent. Someone who has their own dreams, passions, and personal power. They don't want to be the center of your world. Instead, they long for someone who already has a full, satisfying life and chooses to share it. Not because they need a relationship to feel complete, but because they truly enjoy the connection. Why this attracts them. One of an avoidant's core fears is being emotionally or practically responsible for someone else's life or identity. If they sense that a partner relies on them to feel happy, purposeful, or whole, it feels overwhelming. They fear being consumed by the weight of someone else's expectations. On the other hand, when they meet someone who is already fulfilled, capable, and self-possessed, it's incredibly refreshing. It means they can engage in the relationship as equals, not caretakers. They admire people who have a sense of direction and self-worth that isn't tied to the relationship. Someone who challenges them mentally, inspires them emotionally, and walks beside them, not behind or ahead. How to embody it. Prioritize your own goals, passions, and self-development. Maintain your own friends, routines, and interests outside of the relationship. Don't wait for them to lead. Make your own decisions and plans. Contribute equally, financially, emotionally, and practically. Be confident in your own values, opinions, and ideas. Let them see that you have a voice and that you don't need their approval to use it. Avoidants respect independence. When you show that you're not dependent on them for happiness, it builds attraction. It tells them you're not looking for a rescuer, you're looking for a real partner. Key insight. Avoidants don't want to carry or control someone. They want a partner they can respect, admire, and grow with, not a project, a passenger, or someone waiting to be saved. What they secretly want. Avoidants often dream of a partner who brings excitement, novelty, and curiosity into their lives. A companion who loves to explore new ideas, places, and experiences without turning every moment into a relationship checkpoint. They want someone who is naturally adventurous and growth-oriented, but who also respects space and independence. Someone who joins them in life's journey, not to define it, but to enhance it. Why this attracts them. Avoidants are often drawn to mental stimulation, creativity, and growth. They enjoy discovery, whether through travel, hobbies, learning, or trying new things. But they pull away when these experiences are used as setups for emotional talks, check-ins, or bonding exercises. To them, connection grows best when it happens organically, without pressure or expectation. When a partner can simply enjoy the moment, stay in the present, and share joy without needing it to mean something emotionally, it feels refreshing and freeing. An avoidant doesn't want a partner who depends on shared experiences for validation. They want someone who brings joy into the adventure, not emotional processing. How to embody it. Be curious, passionate, and independent in your own life. Cultivate your own interests and adventures, whether or not they're involved. Share ideas, try new things, suggest fun experiences, and stay engaged. Don't use activities as a stage for relationship talks or emotional tests. Keep the energy light, fun, and mentally stimulating, not emotionally heavy. Let them experience you as someone who can be present, joyful, and engaged, without demanding closeness or commitment in every moment. When they see you can share life's highs and lows without turning everything into a heart-to-heart, they feel safe to keep showing up. Key insight. Avoidants want a companion, not a codependent. When you bring your own adventurous spirit to the relationship, without trying to define or control it, you create connection through freedom, not pressure. Avoidants aren't easily fooled. They're highly sensitive to emotional undercurrents and can often sense when someone is trying too hard, hiding insecurity, or performing strength instead of living it. That's why trying to play the role of the ideal partner will backfire. If you're embodying these fantasies just to attract them, rather than from a place of genuine growth, they'll feel the disconnect and begin to distance themselves. Real connection only becomes possible when these qualities are naturally lived, not strategically displayed. This journey isn't about changing yourself to win someone over. It's about becoming someone who feels good in their own skin, whether a relationship forms or not. Key principles to follow. Don't chase. Be steady. When they pull away, stay calm. When they come close, welcome them with warmth, but never abandon your center to win them over. Let them discover your strengths over time. Avoidants connect through gradual discovery. There's no need to rush to prove yourself. Let your emotional steadiness, depth, and maturity unfold naturally. Stay emotionally balanced under pressure. Whether they're distant, inconsistent, or confusing, stay grounded. Reacting with anxiety, neediness, or control only confirms their fears. Stability builds trust. Live a full life, with or without them. Keep building your own world. The more passion, joy, and direction you have in your life independently, the more naturally magnetic you become. Don't turn your growth into performance. Self-development isn't a strategy to get someone. It's a commitment to yourself. Let any transformation be real, not rehearsed. This work benefits you regardless of how the relationship turns out. Whether with an avoidant or someone else, emotional maturity, calm presence, and grounded self-worth are the foundations of healthy, lasting love. Key insight. Don't try to become what they want. Become who you truly are, and let that be what draws the right person in. This approach isn't about tricking or manipulating someone into loving you. It's not about playing roles, following scripts, or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about choosing to become a person who naturally builds safe, respectful, and meaningful relationships with avoidants, securely attached people, or anyone else. The qualities that attract avoidants, emotional balance, self-sufficiency, depth, calm acceptance, steady support, independence, and adventure aren't just tools to get someone. They are signs of personal maturity and inner strength. These traits show that you know how to care for yourself, love without losing yourself, and connect without controlling or chasing. That's rare and deeply attractive to anyone. By embodying these traits, you're not only creating the conditions for a healthy relationship with an avoidant, you're becoming someone who can experience healthy love in any dynamic. More importantly, you're learning how to live with confidence, peace, and fulfillment regardless of your relationship status. You no longer need love to feel whole. You choose it because it adds value to a life that's already full. This path takes courage. It asks you to let go of people-pleasing, overgiving, and chasing connection, and instead to step into self-trust, quiet strength, and emotional freedom. You become the steady presence others can rely on, the mystery they want to explore, the acceptance they never knew they needed, and the partner they never want to lose. Key insight. You're not becoming someone for them. You're becoming someone for you. And in doing so, you naturally attract the kind of love that's built on truth, respect, and lasting connection.